Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the HatsOff Podcast. I am your host, Amanda Rae, CEO of 17 Hats, and so excited to talk to you today and have with me on today, very special guest, Emily Warren. She is a member of our 17 Hats team. She is heading up our newly launched marketplace, which has been a vision for 17 Hats, or in the 17 Hats vision, for such a long time. And we launched it in January, and we are moving and grooving with it. And we are stoked about what it provides, the value that it provides today, as well as, gosh, all the really awesome shit we're going to be able to do with it over the next coming months, years, decades, all of it. Like, we're just so stoked. So, Emily, thank you for being on my podcast. I appreciate it. So Emily, just give us a little background on you for a little bit. Obviously, you're 17 Hats team member. We brought you over to our side at this point. But before that, what were you doing?
Hi, Amanda. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you so much for bringing me on with 17 Hats. I am so honored to just play a role within the new marketplace. It is such a dream job of mine to be here. So backstory, before I came on with 17 Hats, I was a wedding photographer with a successful wedding and portrait studio in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And before that, which I feel like was 2 chapters ago, I was a public accountant. So I lived in the corporate world for a little bit, lived in my own small business world for a little bit, and now I am just working for the best company out there, helping small businesses everywhere.
I love that, you've walked in people's shoes, right? So as a part of, my job in 17 Hats is to make sure that we equipped 17 Hats with employees that are dedicated to serving small business owners. Basically, everybody on the everybody on 17 Hats staff at this point has been either a small business owner or married to a small business owner or came from a family that's a small business owner. So like everybody has walked in the shoes of our members, the shoes of our listeners, which I just think helps us be the very, very best that we can possibly be, to be able to empathize with the journey that you are all on. So I'm so grateful that Emily joined our team in January to head up this very special project of the marketplace. So let's talk a little bit about that. Emily, can you just kind of dive in? Like, what is the marketplace? Like, what can you find there? Who's selling? Let's just dive into that right away.
Oh, loaded question. Let's get into it. So the marketplace is really a connection point between buyers and sellers. So these sellers who are on marketplace are trusted and vetted professionals who are the top of their industry, who have something to offer other small businesses. So we're talking, as of right now, there's 17 Hats templates that they are selling on the marketplace. So think lead capture forms, online scheduling services templates, workflow templates, everything that they've used in their business that helps make their business successful, they are selling it on marketplace. And then it gives buyers the opportunity to go in and purchase these. I call them tried and true, right? They're tested. They have been successful for other people. So now buyers get to go in, purchase these templates, implement them within their own business, and see the success there. So whenever I think of marketplace, I have really 3 different buyers who we're seeing. And I'm just going to go right into it. So jump into it. So the 3 types of buyers who we're really seeing are new 17 Hats members who are looking for that turnkey setup, right? Amanda, I know that you and I both know that whenever people go into a CRM or to a small business solution, they can be kind of intimidated.
They can be super intimidated and overwhelmed, right? Because there's so much you don't know, and it's such a change for your business, right? It's scary.
It can be so scary. And not only can it be scary, it can take up a lot of time if you're not careful with how you're allocating your time. So one of the biggest groups of people we're seeing are these new members who are just looking for turnkey setup, right? So they are just wanting to use something that has already been successful, and they're just wanting to put it into their business plan. So that is really big group number 1. Um, and lots of great feedback on that. I think it's been really great. And then small group number two, who we're seeing existing members, existing 17 Hats members,
Mm.
who may or may not have been using 17 Hats to its full potential. And I say that, I use the word full potential really carefully,
Yep.
right? Because it's such a big, wide, and deep platform.
I don't
Um,
think people realize how robust 17 Hats is. So, you know, all the time in our marketing, we've always said like easy to use, right? That's always been one of the things we've said because a part of our like when I go to design features and we go to build features, one of the things, one of the check marks is this feature easy to use or is it as easy to use as possible? Doesn't mean it's not robust or complex or you can do a lot with it. We just try to keep the UX user experience as easy as we possibly can to use. So I think a lot of people have misconfigured like easy to use versus like it's not robust, but it's so robust.
it is so robust. And as you were saying that, it reminds me of the old phrase that easy and simple are two different things, right? Like those
Yes,
are two different things. It's
that's
easy,
right.
but it's not simple.
It's not simple. That's right. That's a good
So
one. I've not heard that before. And that's a perfect way to describe it.
it is so great. So, yeah, that second category is really just these existing members who are looking to unlock some of those features that they haven't quite tapped into.
Yeah.
And they are able to go in, find these marketplace items that have maybe, I would say, a workflow. That is something that I would deem as a more robust feature that some
Yeah.
people haven't tapped into, or online scheduling services. And they're
Yeah.
able to download these templates and install these items and get those features working for them and for their business instantly, right? Because one of the things, I'm jumping around here, Amanda, don't don't mind
No,
me.
you're fine. You're doing great.
So one of the things that I love about Marketplace is as soon as you hit purchase, these items are instantly installed on your dashboard. And
Yeah.
so they are able to just complete the process in just a couple of clicks and it's there. They are loaded and ready to go.
It's, I'm partial because I designed it. So I'm like, I love it. It's the best. But when looking at the design and working with just our developers and in the design and really like thinking it through, it was, how can we get the best of the best into the hands of our members as quickly, seamlessly, and smoothly as possible? How can we get you from going, I think I want this, to using it in less than 5 minutes. Like that was the goal. And I think we did a really great job in that it is downloaded in there. If you want to make adjustments, you make adjustments. If you don't, that's fine too. And you can just run with it.
Absolutely. And I feel like we can come back to the whole make adjustments feature portion of
Sure.
the downloadable items. Um, because I think that's what makes Marketplace so great, right? It's a template for a template. And so you
Yeah.
get to go in, customize it, tailor it to fit your brand, to fit everything that you want it to be. And I'd even encourage some people, if you go into Marketplace and you find that your industry is not represented, don't let that deter you because you can find something, either
Mm,
a general business item, or even, let's say, there is a photography item that
yeah.
is just really great and it's a feature that you're wanting to really explore with. I say go ahead, download it, see how you can finesse it to make it work. Especially if you're an event planner or someone who is really end date focused, right? Project date
Mhm.
focused.
Yep.
It works very well like that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I mean, I've said on this podcast a million times, business is business is business, right? The words we say might change a little bit, but we all have leads. We're all trying to convert leads. We're all trying to engage. We're all trying to get paid. We're all trying to onboard. Like all of those main steps are very much so the same. And it's shocking. I've worked with so many different business owners from a wide variety of professions, setting up accounts, helping them with emails, whatever, whatnot. And I can tell you firsthand looking at different businesses, it's all the same, right?
Yeah.
Some small nuances might change, some wording, a little bit of wording might change, but the basic building blocks of it is similar. I mean, if I had to compare it to a house, it's just your decor, right? Your paint color is just a little bit different. It's really all it is. So I love that you said that, Emily, because you shouldn't be deterred. You should, if you see something that it's like and it's resonating with you, yeah, I think you should get it and check it out and see what it's like because, you know, by seeing how other people do things, it maybe it's just a spark that's going to have you, it's your stepping stone for you or your jumping off path. It's going to show you how they did it. And then things are going to click and you're going to go, oh, that's how this works. Right. And then once you have that's how this works aha moment, you can go adjust it for yourself and you can make it fit your business. So I love that. Don't let that deter you.
Absolutely. And that is just the perfect segue into that last group of people who we are finding are exploring the marketplace. And that is other small business owners who are
Yeah.
just wanting insight into other small businesses, right? So
Yes.
it might be someone who just wants a sneak peek into what your process or your system looks like. And they're going to download your items to see what's going on.
Well, and I look at I know that we have Vanessa Joy's templates on like workflow, email templates, questionnaires, all of that for her weddings and her engagements on the marketplace. And just to get like a sneak peek behind the curtain to that and how does I mean Vanessa's a great photographer. She is a solid business owner. She has an amazing business. Um how cool is that? That you can be like, how does she actually do this? What are the words that she's using? What are the questions that she's asking? You might not use them all, right? And that's totally okay. Or you do use them, and that's okay too. So some of you might be asking, like, because I would do this if I was in your shoes. Like, is this really what she's using? Right? Like, did she just manipulate it and put it on the marketplace and it's not actually what she's using? Emily, answer that question.
These are her real templates. This is what she is sending to her clients. And I will tell you, Amanda, the first time I looked at it, I am pretty sure I sent this message like, oh my goodness, I think she has 21 touch points with her clients
Mhm.
between booked to fulfillment, right?
Yeah.
21, or isn't that the number? Was it
It
21?
was it was a huge number.
It was a huge number. But if you're thinking about it, Vanessa Joy is a luxury, high profile wedding photographer. Of
Yeah,
course, she's going to have a luxury experience for her clients, right? We should not expect anything less. And
absolutely.
incredible, incredible templates Vanessa Joy has. Very incredible.
Yeah, and it's funny. I said it the way I said it because Emily was in charge of taking all of her original templates and stripping them down. And so when I say stripping them down, it is taking out her personal information, like taking out her name, taking out her phone number, taking out like any personal links that she has. So she was in charge of stripping out the personal aspect of it and adding in like what you should say in those areas, like put your name here or put your whatever here, right? So Emily had to go through all of the templates and strip them down and remove the personal side of it to get them ready for sell, and it was a ton. But that's what's so great about the marketplace is it doesn't matter which category of buyer that you fall into. If you're just like new and getting started, it's a great way to get your whole kind of system set up for you pretty turnkey. If you just want to explore new features, there's templates for that. If you want to see sneak peeks into some of maybe like your favorite people as we get more and more influencer style people on, you can do that as well, which is really great. Um, the vision behind the marketplace or the reasoning behind the marketplace, one of the things that I saw during COVID was, everybody decided to be a coach. It was like, COVID's here, everything's shutting down. I need to make money. I'm going to be a coach and I'm going to sell templates. And I actually went around and was buying some of those templates and like seeing what people were doing. And I was appalled by how crappy they were. Like people were charging a ridiculous amount of money for templates that were crap. And it was a PDF download that then you would have to go and you would have to put that into your system and figure out how you're going to use it. And so it wasn't anything like super actionable right? Which was another, I mean, if you know me, you know that I love actionable stuff. Like we can sit here and talk all day, but if you don't do anything, then nothing's going to happen in your life, right? You have to take action. So there, a lot of them weren't like super actionable or didn't give you like how to use them. It was like, here's your templates. And then a lot of them were just like chat GPT. I mean, chat GPT wasn't really out at that time, but it was just like really generic stuff. Um, and what's sad to me is that when people are buying stuff like that, then everything else gets a bad name, right? You buy crappy templates and you're like, oh, I'm never going to buy templates again because you automatically don't trust what people are selling. And I'm like, oh, they're giving this a really bad name. And so with the marketplace, one of the things that I'm super dedicated to is vetting our sellers to make sure that you are getting information that is coming from successful business owners. And the thing is, 17 Hats is really one of the only places you can do that because we have all of their information, right? We know how much, like, they can tell us right there how many leads they get in. They can tell us how much they, get invoices at each month or each year. So we know, especially because everybody who's selling right now is our ambassadors, and our ambassadors are very transparent with us on things, and our sellers will be too. A part of it is we are bringing you successful people like you, right? They're not all influencers, right? A lot of them are just people that are doing the day-to-day grind and doing really, really well. So you never have to worry about when you see people in our marketplace, you never have to worry about like, is this person trustworthy or not? It 100% is, because we don't just let any seller in the marketplace. You have to go through an extensive application process. And then the items that you submit into the marketplace go through a review. And if they're not good, we reject them. So that's a part of what Emily does, is she actually reviews all template marketplace items. She makes sure they're legit. She makes sure that they're good. She makes sure that they're ready for use. And we're kind of picky. And if they're not ready for use and if they're not good, we're not going to accept them, right? So we really want to maintain the quality of the marketplace to ensure success for you and to ensure success for our sellers as well, which is like really, really a high bar, because if anybody knows me, they know how specific I am, and that my bar is usually pretty high for these things. So that's one of the things I want to ensure you with the marketplace, is that, we want to make sure it is a trustworthy place for you to get knowledge from people who are successful. That is super important to us.
So one of the things that I love so much about what you just said about how we are, how our current marketplace sellers are people who are in the grind right now. They are current small
Yeah,
business owners. It just means that their templates are just that much more effective, right, Amanda? Like
that's right.
they are what is propelling their business forward, and that they are just so willing to share that with other people, I think is so important.
I love that, because it's, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel. And we hear this a lot from like really, really new business owners. Like, I'm going to do it this way. And I'm like, why? There are ways that are out there that are successful. It's okay. Just take that way and do it. Like, why reinvent the wheel? We can be so much more successful as a community of solopreneurs if we just help each other. And I love that our sellers are literally laying it on the table. They are giving you the stuff. They're giving you the secrets.
Their secret
They're
sauce, right?
Yeah, they're not holding back. They're just giving it,
Yeah.
which is amazing, because at the end of the day, there is nothing for them to be worried about, because even though the templates and the steps are all there, we all know your personality also is what makes the business, your brand. There's so many other things. And so they are just sharing as much as they can, which is really, really great. I know the reason for coming on this too and doing this podcast real quick is we have some really cool stuff coming up in the month of May. And so I wanted Emily to come on and share with all of our listeners about this, because if you're not a 17 Hats member, right, you should be, right? At the end of the day, if you're a small business owner, and you are out there trying to make it work and trying to make a living and trying to get invoices paid and trying to just keep all of your stuff together and deal with leads, you should be using 17 hats. There's like no questions asked about that. So that's one. But right now, with May coming up, there is no better time to do this because Emily, tell them what's going on in May.
Oh, this is so exciting. And this was just something that we all decided on as a team. I think it was last week, and it has just really
Quick.
taken off. It was real quick, but it is something that we find just so important. So we are doing a campaign for Marketplace called Marketplace Item a Day during the month of May. And what this means is every single day during the month of May, we are going to feature a different Marketplace item. And some of these items might be 17 hats created items. I do know that we are planning on doing 3 exclusive 17 hats items, which means it's going to be exclusive during that month of May. But more than
And I don't
anything,
even know those, y'all. Like, she hasn't even told me. So they have to be like super exclusive. So, like,
they are,
I'm excited because I don't even know yet.
it's going to be pretty great. And what we're also going to do is every single active seller in the marketplace is going to be featured. Between our Facebook community, our social media stories, we are just going to be shouting about Marketplace from the rooftops, just because we think now is a great time to get in there, to check out Marketplace, see what you can do to automate and just to grow your business.
Absolutely. I mean, here's the deal. Like, I get that it can be a little scary to change your process or to bring something new in and go, okay, how do I do this? But there has to be a pain point. Maybe your pain point is getting reviews. Maybe your pain point is, getting back to leads. You know, statistics show us, hands down, if you are the first person to respond to a lead in an engaging way, not the 24-hour, oh, I'm out of the office right now. I'll be with you in 24 hours, or thanks for contacting. I'll call you back in 24 hours. That doesn't cut it. You got to get rid of those. Like, that's a no-go, right? That is it's a conversion killer, right? So maybe it is responding to leads in a engaging way. Maybe it is you just haven't been able to understand payment plans yet, and you want to see what an invoice looks like with a payment plan, or recurring invoices. So, what is your payments? Getting paid on time, responding to leads, getting your contract done. You have a pain point. We all have pain points. So, nail that down and you keep a lookout for these items every day. Every day, right, Emily? Every day.
Every day, every day.
And see what your pain points are and get them in and get them into your account. So when you say exclusive, what does that mean, Emily? Like, is it only happening for a certain amount of time? Is it like, what's the goal there?
Okay, so when we are talking about these 17 hats exclusive marketplace items, these will only be available during the month of May. So that means that when they are released, they will be open and ready for installment and download within the May window. So if we announce a 17 hats exclusive item on, let's just say, May 11th, it will be available for download and installment.
Got a hint?
Oh, that might be a hint. That
Maybe, maybe not. We don't know.
we don't know. So it will be open during that window, just because we want people to get in and just see that the marketplace is growing every single week. We are adding new items. We are adding new templates. So this is really just to get us in the habit of getting on marketplace and seeing what's out there.
Absolutely. I love that. I love it. Well, I think it's going to be so great. I'm so excited that you are doing this with the rest of the team and getting this out there. And yeah, it needs to be a habit of just going, hey, what's new? What's in there that maybe I can use or maybe I can see? And like I said, you can get everything from lead capture forms, workflows, online scheduling, quotes, contracts, invoices, questionnaires. But what's really cool too is that those items have all the functions associated with it. So, like transaction categories, calendars, like everything that is associated, custom fields. So, it's not that you're just getting the questionnaire per se, but you're going to get everything that's associated. So it's really, really great. And what's really cool too is some people are selling like the whole process. So like I have my podcast process up there to where you can see like that whole process. So you're getting the whole process, not just, one thing, which is so, so amazing. I love it.
It is so great. Well, and there are some, if you are just looking for one process, if you're just wanting a slice of the pizza, not the whole pizza pie, there are some
Yeah.
items out there that are just little slices of pizza, especially if you're just wanting to get out there, get your feet wet, see which items are out there. It's a good opportunity.
I love it. Well, Emily, thank you so much for joining. Marketplace.17hats.com is where you can find the marketplace. Again, if you are not a 17 Hats member, this is the time. And then you can follow this along, this item of the day. You'll follow it along on our Instagram account. So 17 Hats Instagram account. And then if you are a 17 Hats member, please join our official 17 Hats community because we will be posting there as well. I will be doing a live on May the 3rd in our community to talk a little bit more about this as well. So I hope to see all of you there. Yeah, and we would love if there are, as we go through the month, if there are specific marketplace items that you would love to get your hands on, we would love to know that too. What is it that you're wanting to see in the marketplace? Because obviously we're here to serve, we're here to help you, and we want to make sure the marketplace is populated for so much good stuff for you and your journey as a small business owner. So, Emily, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for jumping in and doing it. And everybody else, I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Hats Off Podcast, and I will see you all next week.